Hey everybody, John here. Welcome back to Catbird Hill. Well, I was going to have to deal with this sooner or later. Looks like it's going to be sooner. I actually posted a picture of this on our Instagram page, I think 4 or 5 days ago. So this actually is was, a dead standing Douglas fir tree that toppled over in some pretty big wind we had here probably less than a week ago. And it had been dead for maybe a couple years. And my intent was to take it down, sort of on my own terms, because as I mentioned before, I'm going to be building a timber frame shed for a bandsaw mill, which will be coming down the road. And Douglas fir is a great wood for timber framing, and I actually thought I could get maybe some smaller beams out of this. It's pretty good length. I mean, this tree is probably, probably a good 20 feet of usable lumber. What a mess back here, huh? Anybody's welcome to come and visit Catbird Hill at any time. Give me a hand. I'll feed you very well. We've had a lot of tree damage down here, just for the heck of it. Let's take a little stroll down here. This is called ADD Forestry. I'm just jumping from one thing to the next. So this is going to be an interesting little project. This is a very old sycamore, absolutely massive tree. One of the trees that we fell in love with almost 20 years ago when we arrived on the property. Just look at the base of that tree. Probably 7.5 feet or so in diameter at the base. And nothing lives forever. So what happened is, about 1.5 years ago, the whole top half of the tree just broke off. There was a big cavity up there, which is real common in sycamores. And you can see it fell in obviously the worst possible way. Lodged against an existing lateral branch and jammed into the ground. So I've been, in all my free time, I'm sort of saying that jokingly, I've been nibbling away at it. Now that I've got a much bigger and more powerful tractor, that's going to be a job where we'll start sectioning this a little bit and see if we can't pull that down. But anyhow, as one of our neighbors lovingly says, endless work out here in the country. But there's great beauty in the country too. Check that out, Jack in the Pulpit. It's a great plant for kids to look at. There's Jack coming up. It's a great plant to teach kids about nature. So we'll walk back this way again. So we've had a lot of trees here that have come down in storms, some small stuff. We've actually have a neighbor's tree that's they lost a big leader of that maple tree split off and fell across the fence line. We've got to clean that up. But anyhow, here's the end of that Douglas fir. So obviously nothing usable there. And what I'm going to do today is we're just going to delimit as efficiently as I can. I've got the Husqvarna 272 XP with a 24-inch bar, and we're just going to run up and down the sides and the top, take the limbs off, and cut a section. I think I'm actually going to cut just below the crotch there, and do a little poking around. I'll just get a chainsaw scrunch and kind of poke the pith and see what it looks like inside. I'm gonna have to take all these limbs off anyway, even if I'm gonna trash the tree. I just need to take the limbs off to chip them. So I figured if I'm gonna do that, I'll section the tree there. We'll take a look at it, see what it looks like, and then if it looks decent, probably just cut this section in half and probably get 2 10-footers, give or take, out of it, which would be wonderful for some beams and lumber for the sawmill shed. So, and I don't even want to go into the hot topic that everybody's kicking around today, which is lumber prices. I'm sure there's probably several $100, if not more, of lumber laying right there. We'll see if we can salvage it. So we got the Kubota L2501 at the ready. Heaven knows I hope I don't need that to deal with this tree today, but always like to have the equipment. You always know when John's around. Baseball cap and reading glasses. All right, so we've got the Husqvarna. Oh, I'm sorry. We're doing something different today. Actually, I made a mistake. I grabbed the 266 SE. 24-inch Oregon power cut bar. Absolute powerhouse of a saw. This thing is a total beast. I've done a couple videos on this, I think. So we're just going to use this as the do-all saw today. I did a video maybe a week or so ago showing 3 different saws used to process a fallen cherry tree, and that was kind of tongue-in-cheek. Somebody actually commented, and I was grateful they did. Somebody commented, you know, they wanted to make sure they had the saws properly described or properly listed as I described them, and I was telling them you really don't need 3 saws to process a tree. We're going to do this one with 1 saw today. You can, and certainly a tree of this size, we're probably only looking at maybe 16 inches or so at the base, at the butt end. Probably don't need anything bigger than a 50cc saw to deal with this. But anyhow, we'll have some fun as we always do, and we'll get it fired up here and see what happens. I'm just going to put my tape on here, and I'm just kind of curious. I do need to get a scrunch to poke that pith at the end. All right. I'm surprised I haven't gotten any comments yet about why I have a whole bunch of steel equipment, helmets and hats and so forth, but I run Husqvarna saws. You know by now I do run other saws. I run all different brands. So it's whatever I got a good deal on. All right, it's been a while since we fired this baby up. Again, no decompression valve here. That worked out pretty well. One of the things I wasn't sure about was how steady or unsteady this upper section would be, but as you can kind of see here, the limbs on the bottom side, I'll try to show you, like right there, actually are acting like little sawhorse legs holding it up, so there was no binding or anything. So let's take a look here and see what the other end of this looks like. Sorry, we've got maple branches hanging down here. We'll try to get these guys out of the way. Maybe a little bit here. There we go. You know, actually, I don't know if you guys can see that. That actually looks pretty good. I mean, that looks solid to me. And of course, I lost my scritch. Let me go grab it. And I want to poke it a little bit. I think it's actually real solid wood. I am not noticing any punkiness in there at all. I think you guys can hear that. That is absolutely solid. And I was a little bit concerned here because I don't know if you can see it or not, but there was a split, likely caused, maybe, I don't even know if that occurred when the tree was still alive or not, but you can actually see a little split in the middle part of the trunk there, and I think probably from the stress of basically 2 leaders, you know, over time, maybe just creating some pull apart stress there. So that's actually really good. I am very happy. I think that we can get some decent wood out of this. So let's just see what the tape measure shows. What did I say at the beginning of the video? I think I said 20 feet. 21 feet exactly to the root base. So that's pretty good. I think I am going to do 2 10-foot sections. I'm not going to go right down to the base just because there's a lot of dirt and grit down there, but let's just see where 10 feet gets us here. Right there. Great, that's awesome. So we'll section it here, and then we'll it's going to be interesting at the bottom. I might have to do a little bit of jacking of it just to get it up in the air, but let me get some wedges in case she starts to bind. Okay, so that went pretty well. I was really being kind of cautious at the end there, and I got a little tear out of that butt, but that's fine. It's only, 6-8 inches. So it looks like the bottom of the tree is a little wet. Let's walk around here and see if we can see what the pith looks like. Yeah, it looks like, actually the upper end of the tree looks better than this one. You can probably see, yeah, there's definitely some rot there. The center part looks pretty good. I don't think I'm going to get maybe quite as wide of a beam out of it as I thought I would, but I think I can certainly get something out of the top section. I don't know, maybe this will just be a shorter section for beams. But this end here, kind of the mid weight cut here, rock solid. So definitely, I think definitely worth it, like I was saying, in light of lumber prices. Everybody's tired of hearing that, I know. But it's just what's going on today, right? Alrighty. So, whoops, well, that didn't work out too well. Get back there. So, I've got, let's see, I've got one, this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have, including this one, 5 Douglas firs on this property that have all died in the almost 20 years that we've been here. And, these trees were probably planted back in the 60s. And back then, it was very fashionable to have Douglas firs, beautiful tree. They're just not suited to southeastern Pennsylvania. It's too warm, it's too humid here. It's a northwestern tree, does really well in the Pacific Northwest. That's why they get so big and they're so healthy and they don't have the disease problems we have here. It's just, and this was absolutely the wrong place to plant this tree. You can see it's kind of shady down here. The soil's always moist. They don't like to have their feet wet. So we probably had some root rot. But anyhow, I think I can salvage some lumber. I'll show you another one that we'll probably be taking down. It's still standing, unless I wait until the next windstorm, and then maybe it'll come down on its own. I'll try not to blast you guys with a view right into the sun here. So this is here's another Douglas fir right here. 2 liter, but it looks like we've got about 12 or 14 feet until we get a crotch formation there. If you can kind of see that there. And you can see we had that's actually a screech owl nest box. And we've never really seen owls go in and out of there, or they may have. We have a lot of owls, including screech owls on this property. We've got screech owls, barred owls, great horned owls. In the early days, we thought this would be a great spot for an owl nest box, and we have had them back here. We've had them actually nesting in tree cavities. They're certainly not man-made, but anyhow, looks like we'll be salvaging a nest box for a screech owl soon. So this will be one that'll come in. This is actually a bigger tree. We're probably in the 18-inch diameter there on the base. But this will be a nice tree to drop. I've got a good open area here to drop it. So anyhow, thanks again for watching. I'll turn you around here. And let's see. Really appreciate you guys hanging in there. As you can tell, I'm a one-man show today. Beth's not with me to be my videographer. So I definitely, we definitely have a lot more work left to do, as you can see from our little tour earlier. But you know, today has been an awesome day. It's only 60 degrees here in southeastern Pennsylvania. I think on Monday or Tuesday it was 85 degrees, and it was another scorcher, and my body's just not ready for that yet. I need about another month worth of this weather here, 60-degree weather. So it's a great day to gear up and take down some trees, or you know, buck up a fallen tree. So anyhow, thanks for watching. I really appreciate you following along. Please subscribe if you haven't done so. Click the thumbs up button if you like the videos. Please share them with your friends. I think we just went over 130 subscribers yesterday or today, adding about between 5 and 10 subscribers a week, which is awesome. I'm trying my best to get a video out each week for you, some longer like this, some shorter. We'll try to mix it up a little bit. Until next time, John here from Catbird Hill. Take care.